Hi there, this is Sue at Miller's Laboratory. Thanks for joining me today. I was sitting and watching some YouTube videos today, and I saw that Rachel at Roxy Creations came out with her first Roxy's Weekly Challenge video for 2025. And what she made were some little booklets that used an envelope as the cover. And it just struck me because I am working on a big project right now with a lot of envelopes, and I just thought that that would be a perfect little project for me to make to put in some of my pockets in this project. So I decided that I'm going to go ahead and make a video and maybe make it a goal that I will try to do the Roxy's Weekly Challenges throughout 2025. I can't promise, but I can try. I think it would be really fun. I have admired Rachel for a long time. She's one of my favorite journal makers. I watch her all the time, and so I'm really honored to do one of her projects here. So I have a little envelope here that I put some color onto. It was just white. How I did that was I used a stipple brush, you know, this sort of a thing, and I stippled some different colors of blue ink onto it, and then I spritzed it with coffee and I let it dry. So it sort of blurred the color and also made it look more antiqued, and I really like the effect. So what I'm going to do with this one, I think, is I'm going to fold it in half with the pockets on the outside. I think that's how I want to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half, and so you're going to have a little booklet that this is the cover. And I'm going to have an issue right off the bat because I won't be able to open my flap because I need to cut this. So what I'm going to do is grab my scissors here and just cut right up the middle where I made that fold, all the way up to the top. Okay, so now I've released that and I have two separate little flaps. And what I want to do is kind of try to make it match so that they match on both sides. So I'm not gonna like get really ridiculous about it. I'm just gonna cut this at a little bit of an angle like it is on the other side, and then round off the corner. And if it's not perfect, no one will care, right? I think that's pretty good. So I'm just gonna fold this in half, and I'll follow that cut and do the other side, and then we'll have that little bit done. This is such a really cute project. I have made a couple of them here, and I'll show you those at the end. I'm going to make a couple on screen here. I think I just need to angle that. It's a little more rounded here, so let's just cut that off a little bit more. We'll cut it off and then it'll be too much, but it's okay. All right, so now we can open it on the front and we can open it on the back, and it's going to be a little weird right here because we don't have this little the end. I don't know what you call it. So I'm not going to worry about that because it's going to be stitched here, and I think it will work just fine, and you can put something in there and close it. Okay, so we need to find some pages, and I have kind of gathered a few things together here. One of the things I definitely want to use is this notebook paper that I printed from the Graphics Fairy. I just think it's really sweet. It's from the Forget Me Not bundle, and I just printed some plain sort of parchment paper on the back. So let's cut that up quick. Hope everyone is doing well and enjoying the beginning of 2025. I hope so far the year has been good to you. I am excited and nervous because in a couple of days I'm going to be starting my new job, and I haven't started a new job for 19 years. So it's a big deal. And I think it's going to be good, but I'm nervous, and I just want to make sure I do a good job. So, all right. So that's just going to get folded, and isn't that sweet? And it's pretty close to the right size. I don't want my pages to all be exactly the same size, so that's great. All right, now another thing that I pulled here was a page out of an old, I think this is from like 1986. This is a calendar, Impressionists, and I liked the colors. I like the sky part up here, so I want to use that. And I'm not gonna, sometimes I like to keep this stuff, but I'm not gonna do that for this project because it's just a small little page and it's just too much. It's too much for that. So I'm gonna just tear that off. And I didn't get the whole thing, but that's good enough because I don't need the whole page. So let's try. Let's see how tall we want this to be. I actually want this one to stick out a little bit, so I'm going to I'm going to tear this one like here. Okay, that's good. And we'll save this for something else. All right, and I'm just going to grab I have some little decal scissors here. I can just tidy that up a little bit where I got off on the corner. Okay, all right, and then we'll fold that. Let's see. We're just going to fold it in half. And then I think I'm going to take a little bit off of that side. Let's just cut that edge for something different. So grab this ruler, and I'll grab my little, I don't have my favorite knife here right now, so I'm using one of these ridiculous like box cutter things. It's not my favorite tool, but it does the job in a pinch. So we'll just pinch that, or cut that, not pinch it. Got it. Okay. All right. So now we have this, and it's very bright on the inside, but I'll put something in there so that it won't hurt your eyes. Okay. All right. So this could go here like that. Very pretty. And then let's see what else I have here. Something a little more plain, but this is some embossed paper, lightly embossed paper. I don't think it's too much. I think it could be written on. I don't think it's so bumpy that you couldn't write on it. So I'm going to cut that right along that edge. And then let's make this one about that wide there, let's say. See, now, isn't it funny how sometimes I get all like crazy about cutting it with my ruler and knife and everything, and then now I'm just cutting it with scissors. Go figure. All right, so I like that. I've been putting 4 sheets in each one, so it doesn't have to have a whole lot. Maybe we'll put this in here. And then I've got just this nice gold wrapping paper, and I thought I would use that. I just think it's a nice weight and it's pretty. So I'm going to just fold this way, and we'll just kind of square that up a little bit. And I think that will work. We'll make that one about that big. So I'm just folding, making a little crease here with my thumbnail where I want to cut that. Okay, and it's not very straight here, so I'm just going to try to even it up a little bit. Because it's wrapping paper, it was on a roll, and it does want to curl a little bit, but it's okay. It's not perfect, but it's fine. Okay, I like it. Okay, So we're just going to figure out which order we want to put these pages in. And because these are both blue, I'm not putting those together. Let's do this one here like that. And then the gold maybe up on there like that. And then this. I think that's pretty. I like how that looks. So we're going to line that up and put it in here. And we're going to stitch that in. So let me grab my, my stuff. I have my book all here, and we get to be very casual today. We're not going to measure it. We're not going to worry if it's not perfect. Oh, I think I might have to fix that gold one though, because it's not straight, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you guys, that just drives me nuts a little bit. Let's use this. I could just put it in my cutter too, and that would be an easy way to make it straight as well, but we'll just do this. Okay, good. All right. And the other thing I could do on that one is I could put a pretty edge on it. That would be fun. Let me grab one of my punches here. Let's do this pretty one here. Okay. Let's see how bad we can mess this up, huh? Okay. All right. So just pushing it in there all the way. Punch. And then we'll line it up over here as best we can, and trying to do it while I'm filming and I can't really see. Hey, look at that. That's pretty good. Okay, sometimes things work out. All right. Okay, yeah, I think that's going to be really pretty against that white there. Okay, so let's put that back in. And then this guy is going to go about here. Okay. And then this is going to go in here like this. Yup. 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 All right. And so I'm opening it up. And I am taking my awl. And I'm just looking for the middle of the, kind of measuring where the middle of the envelope is. But just eyeballing it. It doesn't have to be perfect, and pushing my awl through and coming up a little ways and doing it here, and then like about here. Ooh, there it is. Okay. All right. And then I just did myself a favor, and I already threaded my needle with my waxed linen, so we'll poke that through here. Come up and go through the top hole. And we'll come down through the bottom hole here. And then back through the center hole here. And try not to split my thread, just because that's troublesome. There we go. All right. Okay, got plenty of thread there. All right. I could put little dangly things on it, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. So let's tie a knot. I'm just going to make sure everything looks tight. It's good. And go ahead and tie it the other way. And then we'll trim that off. Okay, all right. And now we have this sweet little book just like that. Very cute, very cute. Open it up. Is that embossed paper? And here's that pretty blue one. Then we have this, which is kind of crazy in here, but it's pretty, and the colors are really pretty. Okay. All right, so we have a few things to do here yet. All right, So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate the cover, and I'm going to make it so that there's a little tuck so that you can tuck this closed. So I'm going to be putting a little label or something on there too. So let's take a look at what we have here. I did just print out a few things and cut them out that I thought I might use. So I'm just going to rifle through this really quick and see what I might find. I mean, I really like this. This has got this really pretty picture, or pretty colors that go with everything. If I were to use that, I wonder if I could cut that off a little bit, and that could actually be where you tuck it too. That might work if I reinforce it a little bit with something. So let's work. It's a little fussy. It's because it's high. Let's cut a little bit more off. Okay. Like that. Yeah. Now I'm just going to glue that onto like an old piece of old book page or something. Let me grab something here. It's a pretty blue one. Do I want that? No. It's too matchy. We'll use this one. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to glue this on so there's a little bit of an edge all the way around, and cut it out. Okay. All right, so let's just double check that this is going to work. Yeah. Again, it's just a wee bit fussy, but it will hold that little envelope closed, and I think that's cute. So we're going to do it. So we're going to glue it about to here. I'm just going to hold it. Put glue on all of this. There we go. Okay. I think that's cute. Now, what I should have done, I'm going to pull that back up a little bit. If I want to tie this closed, then I would like to put a ribbon or something right underneath that and glue it down. So I'm going to grab a little strip of fabric here. Now this is just some ticking that I'm going to grab. And if you come back in the middle of February to see my next graphics fairy design team project, you're going to see a lot of this. There was a lot of this going into that. Okay, so I think that will be really cute coming around here, and then it can tie. So I'm just going to measure it so that it's even. Picked up a little bit of red fuzz there. Okay, so we haven't we have ties that are about the same size. Okay. All right, and then we're going to pull this up, and I'm going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac across there, like right across like that, and I'll just put this down across there like that. Okay. Very nice. And then, sorry, now I will reattach. Let's get that. Now I will reattach the rest of this. So we'll come right across here. I'm going to glue that. I'm going to hold it for a second. And then I'm going to just pull this out to make sure that it's not getting stuck there. Isn't that cute already? I mean, really, look at that. Just look at it. Okay. All right. Very, very sweet. Okay, so we're going to make a little thing to go in there, and we're going to make a little thing to go in here, and we're going to need a little something here to hold that one closed as well. Yeah, that'll work. Very nice. So we'll put glue on the bottom half of this, and for this one the ribbon will just go over it. gonna work. Okay, all right. So I need to make something to go in each of these. Little tag or something. And I was rifling through things and I found this, which is from an old book. I don't necessarily think it was super old, but isn't that a pretty picture? And I just love this pattern right here. So that's what I'm gonna use. I'm just gonna make a little tag out of that. So it only has to be this wide. Just tear it. And I'll save this other little image with a little boy and girl for something else. Okay. All right. So this one, because there's a flap, it's not going to stick out at all. It's only going to be the size of the envelope. So let's take this off. Let's cut that one. Okay, and it's going to be just really pretty in there, just like that. But we're going to do something else to it, of course. It's tight. I have to put a little wax paper in there to make that work a little bit easier. But yeah, I really like that. All right, let's make it into a tag. So we're going to take the corners off. And then we're just going to put a little pretty something on there. And that one will be done. So let's put, what do we want to put? Let's see. Oh, look at that little dude. Isn't he the cutest? His eyes are creepy. He needs little white spots in his eyes. Let's see if my gel pen will work here. Yeah. He needs a little white shine in his eyes so he looks like he's alive. Isn't that better? Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that's kind of cute on there, just like that. Is it? Is it too much? Let's put a little something behind him, like a little bit of book page or something. Okay, let me grab something here. Yeah. So I'm just going to tear this sort of like that, and kind of just so it's not even, and then put that up here behind him, his little face. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay. I think we'll call that good. Let's glue it down. And then I'm just going to wrap this around here because it makes the back of the tag look more interesting. Okay. And then over here I'm just going to cut it off. Okay. All right. There. I think that's better. It just, he shows up a little bit better. Cute. And then we just need a little something on the top there, like a little tabby thing. It can't be a sticky uppy tab because there's no room for that. So let's do, put a little stamp on there and wrap it around. Ah, that's cute. Just wrap it around like that. I like that. Okay. Cute. I love that. Very sweet. All right, let's just take that tiny bit of that corner off. And then that's going to slip right in here like this. And like I said, I'll put a little I'll run wax paper in there, and then it will be a lot more friendly to take in and out. Okay. And that tucks like that. All right. Now we just need to make something to put in the back one. And let's see. I have some pretty old wallpaper here that I think would make a pretty tag. If I just put something on the back. I love this part here where you can see the different colors. So I think I'm going to use that part and cut right along. Ooh, cut right along here like this. Okay. And then see how wide we need it. I think that's just really nice, just like that. Okay. All right. And we're gonna tear the top. Really rough. And then I'm just gonna put something on. I hate to cover up that pretty rosebud, but we'll maybe staple something onto the back. What if we just stapled on a piece of that? And it would be like a double layer. I do like this part. This is where it was torn out of the book. I definitely want to keep that on the back, on the bottom. Okay. All right. So yeah, if we just again wrap something around the top and staple it, I think that would be good. This is a little piece from a handkerchief. Isn't that pretty? Just tear it. I have all the little bits of things like this. I have a box over to the side here, and I call it my tab box. So I do all kinds of, I put little scraps of fabric in there like this. And I also put, like if I got little bits of paper like this, I can use my tab punch and punch tabs out, and then I save them in there too, because I hate to waste that. That's not good. I don't like to waste things. So, okay, just going to staple that like that. And that's all we're going to have on that one. Simple, simple, simple. Okay. All right. Just do the corners here a little bit. And slip that one in there. I hope I didn't make it too long. So there's that. And then I did say I was going to just do something in that middle part where this was so bright. I just want to add a label or something there, so that if you wanted to write in here, you could. So let me grab something for that. Let's try this one. See if I like it now that I cut it out. What if it goes off the edge? What I really don't like, I really want it to go under there, like that. There, that'll work, just like that. Okay, so I should let that dry all the way. I think it's okay. Okay, so we have our little pocket here with the tag inside, the paper there, this, and then, yeah, we're going to have to glue that down more. I'm going to have to let this one sit for a second. And then we have the back. Make sure that's down all the way. Okay, then we'll tie this closed. And that one is done. So cute. Isn't that cute? It's so cute. All right. All right, one more. Now, this one's a teeny one. I'm going to use these teeny tiny little envelopes. These are from little cards that you get at Joann's. They're in like the little bargain bin section. So these are like 1, 2, 3.5 by 2.5, tiny. And of course they're white. So what I've done here is I stamped on them. I did the same thing. I stamped on them with some different stamps in browns, and then I sprayed them with the coffee. So this is a way I handle envelopes sometimes and sew them into my books. I'm going to do this a little different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these together here like this. So the flap from this envelope will get glued onto this envelope, and the flap from this envelope will be glued onto this envelope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold that like that, and I'm just going to get it lined up here. I want them to butt up to each other like this. So close but not quite touching, so there's just a little space in there for folding. Okay, all right, now I'm going to put glue along the edge of this envelope here, and then along the flap of the other one, and then we will glue that closed. Okay, and then I'm just going to hold that, and we're just going to fold it over and glue it down. Okay, so we have, now this envelope has that flap. Okay, then we're going to flip it over, and we're just going to do the same thing here. So now it's like these two envelopes have merged to become one. And so if I were sewing this in a book, this would be like a page, and you can, you know, put this into your signature and sew it. And normally I would of course do this with the larger envelopes, but and then you can cut across the top to make it into a pocket, or you can cut out here to make a pocket. So I thought it might be fun on these to do one on the side and one on the top. So what I'm going to do on the front is I'm going to cut this little edge right off. I'm going to take the pile here and get the scissors out. So just a tiny smidgen we're going to cut off like that. And now this is a pocket. And then on this one, we're going to cut a tiny smidge off the top. And snip right there. All right. So now this side is open here, and this side is open here. Okay? All right. Okay, so we have this little tag in here, or a little journal card in here, teeny weeny. We have this flower page, some line paper, little cherub, and this flips out. We have this and this, and then we have that little tag in there. So cute. Okay. Just tie a little bow on that one. And that's that one. Okay. All right, and then I just want to show you the other two that I made earlier, because I think they're really cute too. This one, which is made with a little bit larger envelope. I just ran this pretty length of silk ribbon underneath that image, and then it just goes around and you can tie it. This is just made from two like regular size envelopes. You can even see the pattern inside. I didn't bother. I don't mind that at all. So added a little collage on there. And I just tore the top off of these two envelopes. So the pockets are on the top. So we have this little tag in here. Okay. We have just pretty pages in here. We'll flip out on this one. I did a little collage on there. And then this one, there's a tall skinny tag with the eggs on it. And that's made from a large index card. I just have a stamp that does the pretty top of the tag like that. And then I also have this one, which is made from 2 little envelopes that are like seed packet envelope size. And so these, I joined them together the same way, and then I made the pockets on the ends. And the thumb notch here is only on the front half, so the ribbon is glued there, and the same thing on the back. Just a very simple little tag there. And then we have a little collage here, some pretty papers in here. And then this one on the back, I just made a really simple little collaged piece, and this is just a long piece of ledger paper that I folded into thirds and put that in. So that was fun, guys. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.